Hi, I'm Rafael Porto, bass baritone opera singer, and I was at Jacobs until 2016 and have been very happy to be working as a freelance opera singer since then. I think when I was first starting at Indiana, you can kind of have this a bit of tunnel vision that you think that you fit in the puzzle of, well, they hire me to perform and I will do my best to do really, beautiful interpretation of whatever I'm hired to do, and I'm the talent, and that's it. But there's a lot more to it. I've found that things like social media and just how you present yourself and be able to talk to administration, how you relate with donors. Those are things that the administration picks up very quickly and are also very interested in because they need that for their side of things. And so that's one of those things that you don't pick up in the practice room. I think the sooner you realize that there are systems established, there is a game, the quicker you can be set up for success. I worked a lot in church jobs. I would do chorus jobs as well. And a lot of times, those are what opened up opportunities for me to have concert, solo performances, and many others. And then I started to explore the ideas of having something different. I run a media production business called Capture Media that does photography, videography, streaming, media consulting, kind of everything under the sun. I have myself and then a team of people that I work with, networks of great graphics or web design, anything. I have really found a niche now in the kind of classical world, um, and I'm being sought after by big organizations in the classical world just because they are looking for a sound engineer, video producer that understands. And again, it comes out of people knowing me before as an artist, as well as people wanting an artist to do non artist things, if that makes sense. So I have many friends that are doing web design, and again, I think they're having great success within the, the music community because as a musician, they're able to tailor their web design or graphics or anything like that, or even social media to best serve musicians and people in the arts community because they are in the music and arts community. So I would really encourage exploring some of that because some things start so small. I started my media business with a little Zoom and an old camera. And now I'm over probably $10,000 worth of equipment and having contracts for photography or video stuff with Florida Grand Opera, San Diego Opera. Used my Florencia pictures. Now I'm doing the Washington Bach Consort with Professor Dana Marsh. I'm doing basically their whole fall season digitally, and these are substantial contracts that, especially now when singing, no matter if you're Larry Brownlee level, there's not much going on. And so it's important to have something like this that you can still feel productive and can hold you over financially while there are these kind of transitionary times that we don't know what's going to happen. I think a big milestone in an artist path and career, it can be the very murky waters of representation and management. I'm currently managed, and I've been able to actually work with a couple of people. Even if you do have representation, you have to do a lot of the work. You still need to work at making connections with people, emailing people, building that relationship. It's so important if you're just kind of prepared and kind, that when you get an opportunity, those are the two main things that will bring you back. You can do a lot of work for yourself, I think get a manager when you can't sort of manage yourself, and you're needing some of that weight. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Just make sure that it's done in the most professional way that you can. Have some great samples, media samples of your playing, both video and audio. Have any reviews, have a bio ready, resume, that type of stuff. That's sort of basic. And when you do that all together, for yourself, I think that only helps you even more to get a manager. It's very unlikely that a manager is going to be super interested, no matter how great you are, if you haven't done anything. If you haven't won competitions, if you haven't had some type of gigs, if you don't have any kind of like press release stuff, they feel like there's nothing to manage, if that makes sense. And so if you act like your own manager, um, and you are able to develop some type of momentum and growth in your career path, then they notice that growth and momentum too, and are more excited about you. So what is next for me? It's with this COVID-19 situation, every day I'm kind of taking one day at a time. But for sure, I am relying very heavily now on my media roots. I'm so thankful that I took the time to invest and learn those type of skills many years ago, so that I can have some type of stability coming now, because was very happy with my singing career, the way that it was going, and it was going to be a great season, really, for 2020 to 2021. Um, I've had basically everything canceled. So, with that being said, I'm super excited to, for example, with the Washington Bach Consort, I am basically producing their whole fall season, and they are the premier Baroque institute in the country right now. I still feel so fulfilled with making music, even though I'm not actually making the music. I'm working with, some of the best early musicians and singers in the world, frankly. Even just helping them better represent themselves and creating something that's visually dynamic and engaging, and then being able to put that and share that with audiences across the world is super fulfilling. Other groups have found out about me by seeing those videos, and so I'm getting more contracts with them, and so I'm actually quite busy in the media world, and I'm so thankful for it. As a little personal fun project, I created my own YouTube channel that I'm calling Opportunity. That's really kind of tailored for freelance musicians, and just music lovers of all ages. So here we're going to talk about some of those things of like, I really wish I would have learned this in grad school. Things like financial management, retirement, as well as the basics of like audition prep. It's been really rewarding to be able to talk with people like world-renowned soprano Leah Cricetto, who has sung all over the world, and be able to just, I think we sat on a park bench, and talked, just real talk. I'd love for you to check it out, subscribe, and it's a very small community, but I'm excited to grow it into something very special.